Welcome back to your live continuing coverage of NAB 2016 on BeTerrific, presented by Data Video. I'm Michael Artis. You're the Terrifics. You make BeTerrific special. Thanks so much for joining us, for continuing to watch. Keep the feedback coming. Connect at BeTerrific.com, at BeTerrific TV on all social media. Join our Slack chat. Us, you, and the rest of the Terrifics in real-time 24-hour conversation. Connect at BeTerrific.com with your name and information, and we will send you an invite to join the Slack chat. I am so excited about our next guest. I've been talking to him for months about this product. I don't really sign NDAs, and I signed an NDA so you could tell me about it, and that was really great. And then I couldn't tell anybody else about this magical thing that was coming. Yeah. I knew about it for months and have been sitting on it, and I'm so excited. So Nicolas is the founder and creator of VideoStitch. VideoStitch is one of the great stitching softwares available out there for 360 video, VR video. It's all the rage this week at NAB. Everybody's been talking about 360 VR. I've been loving it and thrilled about it. We've been making a lot of great videos and a lot of great content. And on your recommendation, I went out and bought the S7 Edge from Galaxy with the Oculus, and I love that. It's the best way to consume the content right now. You also make Vahana VR, which is, as far as I know, the only, and certainly the best, live streaming VR software out there that in real time stitches your image together, allows you to input audio, and allows you to then stream to the web. We've done it several times with it, and there are a lot of pain points with it, not necessarily with Vahana. With all the other steps you have to do, Vahana works well. But all the other steps you have to do, there are some pain points. The player side, there are pain points. It's a lengthy, hard, challenging process. And that's why I'm so excited about your announcement here at NAB 2016. You guys have teamed up with Intel to create your camera. You announced it right before NAB, and it's called the ORAH. It's a 4-camera live streaming, stitches it together in the camera, VR 360 rig. Unbelievable. Yep. I am so excited, and here it is right here. Is that a working model, or is that a prototype? And I know it's not out till maybe midsummer, right?
Yeah, it's a working prototype, so you can plug an Ethernet cable and you will actually out a video of it. It's not yet we haven't do the final mass production yet. We'll do this in 3 months, but this is a working prototype. And you can check us the video in a Gear VR, in live in our booth in the South Upper Hall right now.
It's very cool. I've seen you at a lot of shows. I met you at IBC probably 3 years ago now, International Broadcasting Convention. I was a maniac. I ran by you. I saw this. I was running to a set.
I remember this day. And you were like, what is this 360 live?
Yes, and all I wanted to do was live, and you're like, we can do it. And we lost touch, we reconnected, we lost touch, we reconnected, and we finally reconnected. I'm so excited about this. Tell me all about this camera. It's 4K, live VR, and you're doing it with only 4 cameras.
Yeah, we have 4 cameras, so each of the cameras do 2K and 1.5K, and after stitching we can go 4K in live. We can even do 5K if we do a post-production workflow. And it's really a plug and stream camera. So we want to make live simple, because we have been using GoPro for a lot of time to make live, and as you try to make GoPro with live, and there's a lot of pain points with GoPros. Like if you have 6 GoPro that you put together, you need to have 12 cable coming from the computer to the GoPros to have the power and the data, and you need to have 2 HDMI card into big workstation. You need to have a big GPU, so you need to have a big computer for it.
And that's just the starting point.
Yeah.
Beyond that, you then have to worry about the GoPro shutting off, or losing a cable, or power, or losing their connect. I mean, the GoPros are a mess to begin with in their own right.
Yeah.
And then you have to get it to the CDN.
Yeah.
And then the CDN has to get it to some kind of player that can wrap it back into a ball, because the stitching is done in Vahana, but on the player side is where it gets put back into a ball. Yeah, when you send it to a CDN, it's just flat.
On the CDN, there is an interesting thing, is that we have been working with YouTube for some time now, and YouTube just announced Monday that they can now do live in 360. So it was a major pain points for people who want to do live. Before, it's like they needed to build their own CDN and their own player to have something in live. And if you're a big company, you might want to allocate the budget for doing that. But if you are not a big company, that it was really too much work to try to live in VR. I know, since the beginning of NAB, this problem is a solved problem, and for us it's a big, it's great. It's an amazing opportunity to to have a lot of users that can do live very in an easy way.
So when you say plug and play, I'm going to be able to set this camera up, plug it into a little box that it comes with, and plug that into Ethernet and power and be able to stream.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's as simple as that. You plug the camera to, so the box, we call it a stitching box. There is a GPU inside it. And the GPU, so the camera captures the stream, send it to the stitching box with a cable. The cable can be up to 300 feet long. So like you can have several cameras, and you can have the stitching box in the backstage. The stitching box stitch the videos and send it either to YouTube or any CDN you can configure, basically.
Wow.
And it's really like easy to use. You don't need to worry about calibration. You don't need to worry about a lot of things that we handle automatically.
Wow, that is phenomenal. That's really exciting. I can't wait. I mean, literally, I can't wait. I'm jumping out of my seat. I know that YouTube said 360 the other day live, and that was exciting. I kind of felt like that was coming. And they are, obviously, they make it a lot easier than anybody else. I can't wait to start using it. I think that this is the most exciting thing. Are you going to be able to record as well? Yeah,
you can both record and live stream at the same time. And the most interesting thing, a lot of people ask us about that, is that you can record the stitch video, but also the source videos.
Wow.
And you can do that both at the same time. So let's say you are in a concert, you want to live stream it, you want to live stream the concert, and for that you send the live stream, stitch automatically. But maybe you also want to have, like the footage, the source footage, so that you can have a more enhanced workflow when you can fine-tune color and do everything.
More control, yeah.
Yeah. So you can have, like after the live, concert in live, you can have a better quality.
Well, and isn't there a plugin for VideoStitch? Correct me if I'm wrong. That allows you to make it basically you could make it not a 360. You could flatten it and kind of, so if you and I were doing a 360 interview, we could make this a 1920 by 1080 if we wanted to. So if we wanted to also publish it that way, we could do it. Is that a plugin for VideoStitch?
I'm not sure.
Okay.
1920 by?
Well, I just mean if we want. I'm pretty sure it exists. Hold on, Adam. The VideoStitch, you can do the plugin where you can make a 360 a 1920 by 1080, right? Yeah, you can flatten it and make it a 1920 by 1080.
So what we do usually is 360.
Yeah.
So like you can do not 360 with VideoStitch, but this is not the main workflow. We really focus on like having 360.
Sure, I'm just saying if we shot a 360 video, we could also have a regular video. It's a possibility.
Oh yes, of course.
Yes.
I mean, you have a 4K 360 videos. If you want to crop a part of that, you can do it.
That's what I'm saying. Yes.
But
I'm not explaining it well.
Yeah, we think our market is more VR oriented, so
right, but that gives them multiple purposes, so they can repurpose the same content. Certainly for journalists and for television networks, that's something that's very important. Obviously for concerts, maybe not so much. I think the verticals are concerts, they're concerts, they're journalism, but
sports.
Sports
is a big one.
Yeah, but it never ends though. I mean, it's endless. It just can keep going because anything you can dream can be a good 360 video.
I totally agree. I think 5-10 years in the future, when I say that, people say I'm crazy, but like I think TV will, at some point, it will be a media of the past, and people will not watch TV. They will watch,
I agree with you 100%, and I talk about this all the time. People keep saying to me, "Oh, 360 is the next 3D." No, it's not. Here's the reason: you don't have to wear the headset. You can use your phone or tablet and move it around. You can move around with a mouse on a computer screen. If you want to put it on your flat screen and it's a touch screen, you can literally use your hand and move it around. So I think that I know it's not the next 3D, and I think that you're right. We're not going to watch TV the way we watch it. We're going to watch it in an immersive 360 thing. That's why I'm so impressed with what you do.
If we think, there is an example I like to show is that hundreds years ago, there have been a shot done in France, in La Ciotat, which is a south of France, and it was one of the first movie ever made in the world. I think it was 1895, something like that, and it was a train coming to a train station, like the most boring footage ever when we saw it today. And like you can see like there is a lot of dust, you know,
Sure.
in the film. So like and the camera were slightly moving because there was a motor. So it's all except, you know, something that seems real. But like when people the first time they see this, they were so afraid about the realism of the train coming to, you know, in the movie
Sure.
theater that they ran off of the movie theater
Wow.
because they thought the train were going to hit them. And I think this example is really relevant for us today because I think we are in a similar state where the first time people put a VR headset, they start to smile and then they're like, wow, this is so real. Like there is so much, you know, potential with this media, but there is also a learning curve. Like people need to, like, it's a cultural thing, you know. Since everybody now is born, we are used to see the world in a window when
Sure.
it's come to media and, you know,
And now we're
movies.
in the window.
And now there is no window, and like, you know, we need to understand, you know, this new media, and it will take time.
You're right. People do have a hard time wrapping their brain around it. How did you get started? We talked about this briefly, you know, off camera. But how did you get started to do this? Because this, especially when you started doing it, there was nobody doing this.
I agree. Yeah. So I started doing 360 still images about 10 years ago when you need to do everything by command line because there is no software for it. And then I started doing still images, still 360 video, like Virtual 2, before Street View, like Street View, but before
Sure.
Street View was there. And 6 years ago now, I did my first 360 video project as a production company. And it was very exciting, but also very challenging. So I tried to improve the workflow I was, you know, having, and so I started to develop script, and after I started to develop software, you know, to stitch videos to get things done faster, and I actually saw that there was a huge potential in this software. Like I truly think, you know, 5-6 years ago, it was going to be something big. I was really alone, you know, 5-6 years ago, and I started working on that, and you know, and science it's ramped up a lot.
Very cool.
so
We've
the-
come a long way.
Yeah.
It's great to have you here. Congratulations on this. It's phenomenal. I can't wait to start using it and showing it off. And I know everybody else in the world is going to be doing it. VideoStitch, PT GUI has gotten easier for VideoStitch. Is that correct? I just want to let people know. I think at CES you were talking about how it's gotten easier, or you don't necessarily need it.
So PT GUI we use it as a calibration tool. So
Sure.
you can use, like, we have our own calibration tool,
Yeah.
but some people prefer to use PT GUI because they want to fine-tune things. Our calibration tool with VideoStitch CEO is fully automatic, so like you can click on calibrate, it works. But sometimes people say, hey, but this I would like to adjust, you know, spend time, and PT GUI is a great tool for that. For doing
Excellent.
that.
Excellent. So you don't have to use PT GUI anymore.
Oh, you don't have to.
That's great.
Use PT GUI. Yeah.
It's video-stitch.com.
Yeah.
It's available B&H for pre-order.
Exactly, and this camera is you can. The website is ORAH.co, ORAH.co.
And here's the cool thing: if you pre-order it, it's half price.
Yeah.
You can't
Only
beat
for
that.
April, like.
Only for April.
Only
So you
for
better
April,
make that
yeah,
pre-order
yeah.
right now.
Yeah.
Right now. They used to say be dialing, be typing. I mean,
BeTerrific, yeah.
and be terrific. This is phenomenal. Congratulations. Thank you for
so
coming
much.
on.
Thank you.
And thank you for doing all this with us. We look forward to working with you a lot in the future. We love VideoStitch. We love Vahana. And hopefully
And
this will just change the entire world, and not only for us, but make it so easy for everybody to do it that everybody will be live streaming in VR.
I agree. So let's do BeTerrific in 360 live.
Yes, we're doing it.
Thank
All
you.
right, that is Nicolas, video-stitch.com, also ORAH.co. We'll be back with a whole lot more right after this. Stay with us.